Hey guys, Rusher here, and in this video, I'm gonna be recording episode 1 on the Rusher Realm SMP. So I think in this first episode, what I'm gonna do is build a starter base and get a few items. But yeah, the Rusher Realm is in 1.17, which actually is surprisingly enough did not make many changes. But that's because in the 1.18 update, that's where most of them are gonna be. Once I chop down all these trees, I'm gonna head out and try and find a village. I'm not gonna be eating any meat in this world, so yeah. We're not gonna have a very good source of food until we can find a village, so I hope we can do that really quickly. This flower forest does look like a pretty cool place to set up base, that is if it's anywhere near a village, which it doesn't look like it is. Oh, would you look at that, a ruined portal. Well then, let me just loot the chest over here because I know it can have some pretty good gold tools. Yeah, so we have a golden pickaxe, a bunch of golden nuggets, and iron nuggets too. Well then, that's pretty nice. I think if we go into the spruce forest, we can get some sweet berries, and those are a somewhat good source of food. Wow, look at this ravine. This is really cool. I'm definitely gonna go mining here later. And I thought that glow licking over there was diamonds, but sadly it's not. Alright, well then I'm just gonna have to remember the coordinates 300, 0. Okay, I'm running really low on hunger here, so I'm gonna try and stop sprinting. For some reason, there's not that many berry bushes around here. Ah, and finally, we found some. But it looks like a really small patch. I mean, just in time though, because I was running out of hunger. Right, so I'm just gonna harvest some of these and then we really need to get looking for a village. Well, I do see some more berry bushes over there. I guess that'll help until we can find one. Well, I think at least for now, since it's turning nighttime, I'm gonna go back to that ravine because I think that's where I should build my house. And then maybe in the morning, we can head out to look for a village again. And I just realized I've been going the wrong way this entire time. Great. Well, now it's nighttime, so it's extremely dangerous. Alright, and this is around the place where the ravine was. Yeah. It should be right around here. Okay, yeah, this is it. Alright. Sweet, I'm just gonna hide out here for the night and then I'll see you in the morning when all of this clears up. Alright, so seeing as I was stuck in here anyways, I did grab a few bits of coal and some cobblestone. So these are enough to make a few upgrades before heading out in the morning. Oh yeah, and I forgot about those nuggets, so we can craft that into 1 iron ingot and 4 gold ones. And that 1 iron ingot is actually gonna be super useful because we can make a shield. Alright then. The first thing in the morning, we've definitely got to find that village because I've resorted to eating spider eyes now. On second thought, that was probably a bad idea. And as you can see by this crafting menu, I'm using a texture pack that slightly alters the swords to make them just a bit shorter. And in my experience, this actually slightly helps in PvP because you can see more of the opponent. Oh yeah, and here's some of the new ore, copper. I wonder if you can mine it with a stone pickaxe. And it looks like you can. Great. This actually looks like a pretty sweet spot to set up home base. So I'm thinking we can just build a couple bridges going across and then maybe some houses on either side of the cliff. This is actually going to be a really nice place. Now all I'm hoping for is that a village is pretty close to here so that we can transport some villagers and then get some enchants from it. Okay, I think I'm just going to start building some of those bridges right now, because this place is getting pretty dangerous to traverse. Oh, and would you look at that, it's daytime. Well then, I think I'm just gonna postpone that bridge thing for now. And I'm gonna set out to try and find a village. Again. Hopefully I actually succeed this time, and there's a skeleton. This is why the shield is gonna come in super handy. Oh, but it's raining. Well then, I guess I'm gonna have to find this village quicker than I thought. Well, I haven't tried going this way yet, so that might be worthwhile. So I found another snow biome, and usually I tend to find more villages here, so I think this is a pretty good place to search. I am running pretty low on hunger though, and I keep taking fall damage, so now I'm low on health as well. I really do hope that I can find a village soon. Or else, I'm just gonna have to keep living off of sweet berries for my entire life. And that does not sound good. And now I'm dying of hunger too. And since this is hard mode, I actually can die from hunger. I think this is it for me, guys. Well then. That's really sad. I think what I'm gonna do is still try and find a village, and then if I can, go back to my home base. But only after I found one. So I think the direction I was exploring was this way. Yeah, it definitely does. Okay, well I'm just gonna keep going this way and hopefully I actually find it this time. Oh wait, this is path block. Nice, we finally found a village after years of searching and starving to death. But it's an abandoned one. Well then. Okay, so we got a book, we got some bread, we got apples, and we got potatoes. That's nice, at least we finally have some food now. And I'm just gonna be taking this bed. I mean, no one really lives here anyways, so it's not like we're doing anything bad by stealing, right? Wow, this is a ton of food. Yeah, this is gonna last for quite a while actually. I just wish that it wasn't abandoned so then in the future we could use these villagers for enchanting. I guess we'll just have to find another village. I'm just not even gonna bother taking these beetroots because honestly, they're a horrible source of food. Oh, and this is a library room too, so it has a ton of bookshelves and 2 lecterns. That's gonna give us a nice head start in getting enchantments. Oh, and it looks like it is actually nighttime. So I better get sleeping. Alright, a nice sleep later, and now I'm gonna go back to my base. This is gonna be quite a long trek. But this time, we're not gonna die of starvation. Just pretty much everything else since we have no weapons or armor. Okay, so if I remember, I think the ravine was back this way. Yeah, I do remember those pumpkins over there. I really wish we could just eat them raw, but you need to combine them with sugar and eggs or something for pumpkin pie, and I just can't be bothered to do that. Especially now that we have all these carrots. I think one of the first things I'm gonna do is build a carrot farm so that this doesn't ever happen again. Yeah, this is definitely the place. I mean, at least we have fairly close proximity to a village, even though it's abandoned. I hope that sometime we can actually find a proper village though, because this one was kind of a letdown. I mean, I can't complain too much because I did get a ton of food, which is what I went there for in the first place, but it would have been a nice bonus to actually have villagers. Now, I've been seeing a lot of these squid on the way, and I really want to see a glow squid because they do look pretty cool. And here we go. This is the flower forest that's really close to our house, and now I think I'm gonna actually get started on building it. After that, we can hopefully get some mining done, and I think that'll be it for our first episode. But yeah, after a while of searching, I finally made it home, and with a few items too. So now I hopefully should not be starving anymore. But once I collect some wood, I think I'm gonna start actually building my base. For now, I'm just gonna set my spawn inside this little hole, and let's get going. Well, I'm just gonna continue chopping down these trees, and I'll see you when we have enough materials. So I think 28 logs should be good enough, at least to get a little start on things. But I'll just make a couple chests here, and then a pickaxe is definitely necessary too. So this definitely is not our final base. This is totally just a starting one, and I'm not going to be using it for very long at all. For now though, I'm just going to get some basic iron stuff. Now then, I was actually pretty stacked before we died of starvation, but since we did, I'm going to have to redo all that stuff. Alright, well now we've collected quite a bit of stone, and I need to start going down and looking for iron. I don't really see that much, to be honest. This ravine is certainly big, but it might not be the best for resources. Hold on, I think I spot some over there. So I'm just gonna head on down. Hopefully I don't die from fall damage. Yeah, I've gotta be really careful around here because there's a ton of lava. Okay, well I've safely made it to the iron and I actually do see some more over there. So this looks to be the correct layer. And in the 1.17 update, it was changed so that when you mine iron or gold ore, instead of getting the ore variants, you actually get raw iron. And in my opinion, this is a really good change because it now means that you can use fortune on these things. Alright, well this is probably a risky move, but if I can get one started, I think I'm just gonna sprint bridge across this ravine because honestly, why not? Well, I'm just gonna continue collecting some resources and I'll see you once I'm done. Okay, so I got quite a bit of iron and now I'm heading back up. That did take quite a while and I made some close calls with lava. Luckily, it's all over now. But as I'm going up, what I'm getting slightly concerned about is that I only have 14 coal. That might be a problem when it comes to smelting, and it looks like we had some floating gravel there. Well then, that could have potentially been very dangerous. Alright, well let me just go ahead and make a furnace, and I guess it's time to get smelting. Alright, well that took a while, but the iron finally smelted and now we have a full set of iron armor and an iron sword. Sadly I couldn't make a pickaxe though because I didn't have enough iron. But the bad thing is, I ended up at the very bottom of this ravine and we need to find a way to get back up. There are a ton of mobs here too, so I think I'm just gonna clean some stuff up and then I'll see you once I'm done. Alright, so as you can see by this, I might have done just a little bit more than cleaning up, but I think it was worth spending the time. So over here I got my bedroom and storage room all in one spot. And my favorite feature in all of this is the glass floor. It allows me to see a lot of the ravine below us, and I think that just makes for a really cool look. But yeah, other than that, I got my bed over here, 3 chests for the stuff I'm gonna need most often, and then a bunch more for mass storage. And then out here we've got this small little bridge and then another one over here. Not sure what this is gonna lead to, but hopefully something interesting. And then we got another one here that kind of just hugs the ravine wall, and this leads to the main bridge. Oh no, there's a creeper. Well then, yeah. Okay, so I've definitely got to get this place lit up, or else this stuff is gonna be happening a lot more. And there we go. Okay, so as I was saying before that creeper came and interrupted me, this is the main bridge because it leads to this water elevator, and this thing is gonna allow me to get between all the floors super easily. The only problem I've been noticing is that while trying to swim up it, I lose my breath and get shot by skeletons more often than I don't. Okay, so let's just go back up, but not all the way up, because there's actually a second floor that I built here, which currently serves no purpose, but I think it's just good for the aesthetic. Eventually, I'm planning to have all of these bridges lead to some sort of villager ruins, and instead of just having a plain trading hall like you probably see on other Let's Plays, I'm planning to have them all live in nice rooms. Right, well I think the next thing to do is make some farms. I'm gonna start out with a carrot one because we're burning through our food supply pretty fast. And yeah, this is my temporary house that I built here. I'm gonna have to move all my stuff to that storage room pretty soon. But to start our carrot farm, I'm just gonna collect some dirt and some water. Okay, so I've gathered some dirt, and I think the best method for creating this farm would just be to make some strips right over here, so then we can plant all of these carrots super easily. And then after this, I think I'm gonna set up a sugarcane farm and do something that I normally wouldn't, which is make a map. Now then, like I said, I and most other Minecrafters normally don't make a map, but I think it would just be helpful to get a start on it right now so we can see the progress of our base for the whole season. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good start to the carrot farm. Let me just plant all of them real quick, and we can go exploring for some sugarcane. Okay, so I've prepared all the dirt, and now let me just start explaining my base plans. So I've always wanted to build a kind of ravine base, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to do it. With the Caves and Cliffs update, ravines are going to be a lot better, and I honestly just think this would be a perfect time to build a house in them. But since we planted those carrots, now it's time to go exploring for sugarcane. And okay, so I haven't really tried this way before, and I think it would be worth checking out. Actually, it just looks like a whole bunch of mountains and trees. Yeah, we need something close to water because that's where sugarcane usually resides. I did kill a lot of skeletons while building in the ravine though, so luckily we do have a bunch of bone meal. Another thing I've got to do pretty soon is get diamonds, but in the 1.17 update, there was actually a glitch that reduced the diamond spawn rates quite a bit, so it's gonna be pretty tough to try and get some. And would you look at that, another ravine. It might just be me, but I feel like ravines are a lot more common now. Well, I do see a mine shaft over there, so I'm just gonna explore it and hope that I don't die. So this is getting a bit off track here, but I think what I'm gonna do is just take this chance to explore this ravine. What?